Hi, my name is Angela and I'm the artist creator of Hephzi Creations. Hephzi comes from the root word Hephzibah, and Hephzibah means my delight is in her. And when I was coming up, well, actually I didn't come up with the name, God did, and he kept telling me Hephzibah, and I was like, okay Lord, well, Hephzibah, it's a beautiful name, but I'm not sure that's an easy name for people to pronounce. So I shortened it and came up with Hephzi Creations. Hephzi Creations came about from a word from the Lord where there was going to be widgets, gadgets, and that Hephzi creation was going to be used to restore beauty in the hearts of women. The interesting thing about Hephzi Creations and how it all began was that I've never taken a jewelry class or have actually made anything creatively even in the past, and so it was interesting to start designing these pieces for women because I didn't know what I was doing. So when I started, I would actually, when I still do it now, is I anoint my hands and then I play my worship music, and I'm actually, when I'm creating these bracelets, I'm praying over every piece and praying for that precious woman that piece of jewelry is going to belong to, because I believe that each woman should have something that's unique according to her. I think the way that God made women is that they're just so beautiful and unique, and they deserve to have a signature piece. And the other cool thing about the signature piece is that the bracelets, you can wear them as a bracelet, but you can also buy the extension and wear them as a necklace. And for the younger girls, they like to wear them as headbands. I've also seen them worn as anklets and even as belts. So the different pieces that I make are, the main one is actually, of course, the bracelets, and those because they can be converted into several different ways. And then it was interesting because when I would do certain shows, I wanted to have a mirror so when some of the women are trying on pieces, they could see themselves. So what I did is I got a mirror and I just completely, I guess in a sense, decoupaged it, put all these little cute trinkets on it, and just to be a signature piece so that women could use this mirror. And the interesting part was as these women are seeing this mirror, they're like drawn to the mirror and they're wanting to purchase it. Then also too, on top of my table and my display, I added a picture frame and I put my logo in the middle, and I did the same thing that I did to the mirror outside the frame, and so I was using that so that people could see my logo. But the next thing I know, people are wanting to buy the frame. So then I started making frames, and then I decided to, besides just the bigger mirrors, I decided to do something that was a little more cost affordable, you know, to maybe younger ladies or just women, that's something that they could do and just put it in their purse. So I started designing these little compact mirrors and making them accessible to women. And then I also had made a bouquet of buttons to use as a display, because a lot of my pieces I do use buttons, not all buttons, but a lot of buttons. And so I decided to make a bouquet of buttons, and the next thing I know, someone's wanting to buy my button vase. So I started from there and started buying little vintage pieces to add to them as far as like the button bouquets. So as far as the pieces, and a lot of the pieces that I even draw inspiration from are vintage items. I love to go vintage shopping and go into vintage boutiques, or to go to the flea market and find these jewels that are so rare, and you place them on some of the pieces that I have just because of the rarity, and I associate that with women and the classiness of women and the rarity in that, because you don't see that as often. So I wanted to incorporate that in a lot of my artwork and a lot of my pieces, especially on the jewelry and the accessories that women would wear. And so I really thoroughly enjoy going shopping and looking for those one-of-a-kind, unique, whimsical pieces. December of this previous year, I decided to take Hephzi Creations and do this full time. And doing that based on my husband and I, and me having a salary and making just as much as him, was totally a leap of faith. And I am completely walking on water because I don't know what tomorrow holds, or months from now what that holds, but I'm just trusting God, and I want to be a good steward of what He's entrusted me to. And so I believe in this, so I'm willing to do whatever it takes and put whatever I need to do on the line to get this accomplished. I am Angela, the artist, creator behind Hephzi Creations.